And like I said, it depends on the circumstances. You know, it may well be professionally, you're predominantly visual, as an example. It may well be as far as, you know, a home life is concerned. You know, you may well be more kinesthetic and olfactory. I don't know. But the thing is, try, now don't try. You know, when you get to know your teams, find out which ones work in general best for them. And like I say, there are always going to be certain circumstances that there are going to be times that it's not going to be right for them at that particular time. So what you do, when you get to know someone, you know which is the main one that impacts them. So you go to the next one and you try that one instead, because that particular day, at that particular time, that may well be the one that's going to impact them more. Okay? So all of these things are all about building rapport. And you're not going to use all of these all of the time. But if you're communicating with anyone as far as your team is concerned, you will at least be using at least one of these. So if you're using one, fantastic. Try using two. Now, I'm using two already. Trying to bring in, with what I'm doing, I'm also trying to bring in the third as well. So obviously what I'm saying is auditory. Now, when excuse me, when I'm presenting, I'm quite visual. I'm more a visual person, as you may well have noticed, because I'm high with my gestures in comparison to a lot of people. Not everyone, but a lot of people. Why? Because when I'm actually speaking at events, as an example, then I also use them to emphasize the points that I'm getting over, because quite often it's for a larger audience. But also use kinesthetic as well. Why? Well, two reasons. Well, first of all, the way that I do that, I'm varying my voice. Hopefully you've noticed that. So I may well be a bit more upbeat when I'm trying to get things over. But sometimes I'll actually take the proverbial step back and I'll talk a bit quieter and a bit slower. And again, there's two reasons for that. One, so you're not thinking, hey, this Dave is right in my face all the time or anything along those lines. But secondly, yeah, I'm doing it to have greater impact with the words that I'm delivering. But there's another element to that as well. I've asked you 2 or 3 times now which one is your preferred. The reason why I'm doing things like I am visual, if you're a visual person, you will like how I deliver. If you're an auditory, you'll like the way that I'm fluctuating the tone of voice. If you're kinesthetic, you're not really going to like, as in high kinesthetic, you're not going to really like the visual. You'll be okay with the auditory, but the fact that when I slow down and I ask questions, that's going to resonate with predominantly kinesthetic people more. Now, I can't really do too much as far as the olfactory is concerned or the gustatory while we're actually doing this on video, but that's how things work, you see. So like I said, there was 2 things, and I've just covered them both there. The reasons why I'm doing it is to impact more people that are going to be watching this particular video, but also to reach and connect with as many of these people as I can, because obviously I don't know you. Well, I might well know you, but I don't know where you are when you're watching this. But secondly, to potentially, because I can't get any feedback from this, so potentially I'm doing it to connect with as many people as I can. Why? Well, like I said, I can't see them, but normally when you're in the work scenario, you've got at least some feedback coming on, haven't you? And you can react to that, or not react, no, adapt to that is a better term. And again, fluctuate. Learn which ones are actually going to be best for you to work with your team members. Because like I said, once you do this, once you master this, you can achieve absolutely anything. And with most organizations that are going through toxic environments, and there's a lot of them, they're no idea as far as this is concerned. They're always predominantly in that, and it's predominantly in tell mode. You do this, you do that, you do the other. If you don't like it, there's the door. And that's quite often what happens. And that's why, as far as the Management Mastery University is concerned, it's all about giving you and the team the skills to be able to work and manage with anyone, because the vast majority of people have done this blindly. I know I did. When I was in management, I knew nothing about this. Nothing whatsoever. And I've learned when I left frontline management, as in working for an organisation doing a management role, I've learned this since. But what I didn't realise is, because I viewed management differently when I was frontline, then I did a lot of this anyway, but without realising that I was doing it, if that makes sense. Okay? So hopefully that's given you quite a few pointers as far as that's concerned.